Coming up, we have our brand new Splatoon 2 review!
Woohoo!
Yay! Hello everybody, welcome back to another Gamecast episode, podcast.
Yeah. Number two,
and today we're going to be talking about the Splatoon 2 game that just released from the Nintendo Switch. I think it was July 21st. So it was 2 weeks ago. No, 1 week ago. It was 1 week ago.
Well,
we're recording this now. It's Saturday, 2017.
18.
Yep.
Well, today we're going to be talking about what we thought about the game, what we like, what we don't like, what we want to see in the future, what they could have done to fix the game, what they could have done to make the online better, which we'll be talking about a lot for online. So yeah, we're going to get started with the first topic we're going to talk about is the whole game itself. Is it a good Nintendo Switch game to buy as soon as you get the Switch? Like, for now, people that buy the Switch are going to get Switches pretty soon. The holiday season, what's the first game you should buy? What number is this on your game that you should buy for the Switch?
I would say it's pretty high up there, simply because it is extremely replayable, and it's going to be the game that you go back to play for the next 2 years until they release the new one. It's going to be the game that they're consistently updating. They have a Splatfest this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
so it's the game that they're consistently updating, consistently having events for, and it's highly replayable. They're always adding new content, new challenges, and such. It's not like ARMS, where it's a fighting game that you kind of get bored for a while and then maybe play it like a month or two after. It's a game that you can keep playing and grinding forever when you're just bored.
You love that word, don't you?
Grinding.
But yeah, I think it's definitely up there, but it's not the top game I would buy for the Switch at holiday season. Like, I don't know, buy Mario Odyssey. That's going to be the game of the season, or buy Zelda if you like free roaming, or buy, I don't know, even buy Minecraft if you want to. I don't know, but Splatoon is definitely in the top 4. I would say it's number 4 up there, or number 3. But it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there.
Simply because of its replayability. That's it. If it was just the story mode, it'd be a terrible game.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because we beat it in 8 hours.
Yeah, it was really quick. I'm going back to all the other challenges, but it's not as fun if that was just the base game. So I'm glad it's the most online game ever. But speaking of online,
you talk about that next.
It's
online.
Probably the worst part of the game. The social features are incredibly.
It's the worst part of the Switch in general is the online.
It's terrible. I love the Switch. It's my main system right now. It's my go-to system. But it just, I have to talk to Ethan if you want to play Splatoon or something. We don't even use Splatnet. We don't use Splatnet to talk because you can only really use it in private matches.
Mm-hmm.
So I use calling. No one uses calling anymore. Everyone texts. We don't use Skype because it doesn't really work too well for him.
Well,
so it does?
Yeah, it does. It was at that one time that didn't work.
Okay, so we use Skype normally. And that's a little weird to be using on your phone when on the Xbox you're able to hear the game and talk to your friends with the headset.
We had problems with the Xbox too at some points. Like the Xbox sometimes doesn't work at all, so we can't even talk to each other. On the Xbox, we have to use Skype, which is...
It works, but but you could still hear the game even if you're using Skype in the Xbox. On the Switch, they don't have Skype. And nor can you even plug in headphones. You can plug in headphones to your Switch?
Yes, there's only one way you can listen to your game and listen to people talking, and buying the $30 headset, this Splatoon headset, which is, I might buy it eventually just to have a headset that looks like a Splatoon thing, but
I wouldn't say it's not worth it. Especially when considering, here, I have this headset. The piece isn't in there right now. Here's the piece. Goes in and I can talk. I've had it for 2 years almost, and it works perfectly fine. Why can't the Pro Controller or the Joy-Cons have a 3.5mm head jack plugged into the Switch where you can hear things? I don't understand why that's so difficult.
Yeah.
Xbox does it. PlayStation even does it. I just don't understand. I understand you can use Bluetooth headphones if you wanted to listen to your game, but you can't talk to your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to play by myself, why would I wear headphones? Why wouldn't I just have the TV on?
Or just have the volume up all the way.
Exactly. I don't understand the point of that. So,
this game mostly revolves around online, but there's a couple things you can do with not having any internet, which is single player and also doing the local show area. So let's talk about single player now.
Single player? It was a good effort, I would say. They tried. You see games like the original Star Wars Battlefront for the Xbox One and Overwatch. You can see that they're very popular shooters. Not really Battlefront too much, but Overwatch is a popular shooter. But the one thing that a lot of the fans don't like is that there's no story mode. Campaign. So I know Nintendo is trying to keep that up, keep up the fact that they always have some sort of story plotted with their games. Even ARMS, you have to do the Grand Prix, and it still tells you about all the characters and what they stand for and what they do. But this game doesn't really do that too much, but it definitely tries. And even though it has a very simple plot to the campaign, which is just collect all the Zapfish and save the world from a creepy Octo guy, that's about it. It doesn't have an overlapping story. Although I am collecting all the scrolls right now, and I'm going to read through it afterwards, and I'll probably do a video on that, talking about what it means. But as of right now, prior to reading all the scrolls, I have no idea what the game is even really about. I never played the first one, so I don't know if there's a huge story to it. But prior to going through the hours and hours of effort to get all the scrolls, it doesn't really tell a whole lore story. It just tells it kind of reminds me of a PG Care Bears movie. It has a story, but there's no sustenance.
Yes.
There's no bigger picture. It's very straightforward. So again, I don't know if the scrolls will do anything about that, but as of right now, it's not the best.
Well, I think the opposite of you. I love the campaign. It was so much fun to play, but I don't think I'm gonna ever. Well, I might eventually, but I'm not gonna try as hard as to get the collectibles like he is, because there's other things to do in the game besides collecting collectibles. I mean, it'd be a good thing to do when you don't have you're on a 10-hour car trip or on an airplane or something. That's one thing you can do, which is available with the offline mode. So yeah, I like the campaign. They could have added more to it, like maybe another level or two, like another stage.
I liked the campaign. It was fun to play through. I'm just saying, story-wise, it was straightforward.
It was straightforward, yes.
But I had a lot of fun playing the campaign. There were so many cool elements. What I didn't like about it is a lot of those elements didn't go on to multiplayer.
Yes.
They were like the grind rails. They're not really in multiplayer, nor are they in Salmon Run. I don't think they're in Salmon Run at all. They have the those tanks that you can go into in Salmon Run, but it's rare and it's only once a round, and the round isn't even that common. So a lot of those grind rails and having shields and I don't know, just a lot of the things there aren't in the multiplayer, and I think it's a shame. So I don't know. The campaign was a blast for me. I'm playing through it, and I'm playing the same levels. I'm beating them all with different weapons to get whatever you get at the end, to get the tickets. And I have fun. The levels are really well designed and thought out. I'm just saying the story isn't too deep as of now. I don't know yet.
Yeah, they might eventually add something to it later on, like a DLC or something like free. They're doing free updates, so that's good. But yeah, speaking of Salmon Run, let's talk about Salmon Run. That's a new addition to Splatoon 2 that wasn't in the first game. It's a brand new survival type 3-wave game mode. We can play up to with 4 people and collect gold eggs.
I would say it's difficult. Now when you start off, it's really easy.
Yeah, for me it's really easy right now.
When you get farther in,
like professional.
That's where I'm at. I'm a professional. It's about 11 golden eggs to what's the word? Quota. To find your quota. So it's a little bit more difficult now, but I do like it because you get insane good rewards if you do well and you play it a lot. You can get tons of money, you can get tickets. It's the only way besides completing the campaign's other challenges to get tickets, and you can get exclusive clothing every month, and it's good. It has 4 abilities. So it's good clothing and you get really good rewards for it, but it can be hard. And when you go on a losing streak and you keep getting bad people, or you're just not playing well yourself, it can be very frustrating.
I give up after at least 5 games if I don't win a single one.
It's hard to... I know you get points just for, even if you lose, you still get points, but you don't get a whole lot. If you win, you get a ton of points and you can get all the cool rewards, but it's a very risky game mode to play, because sometimes you wish that the game would keep going on forever because you have such good teammates, and you hope, man, I wish it was unlimited and you can go as far as you could, and then at the end you get your base points and then you're done. But then sometimes you're happy that's 3 rounds because your team sucks, and you barely scrape by those 3 rounds, and you just get lucky. Like, you meet the quota on every single one exactly, and you can never go above and beyond. So it's stuff like that where you're happy that it's not what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Although I will say it's a very fun mode.
It is fun mode. I think it's a great addition to the game.
They keep it. It's not the same thing over and over again. I like how when you get higher in the levels, they change it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the glowflies level. You have
fog. You have the grills.
The-
You have.
the liquid that goes up and covers up some of the land that you can't
I
go
haven't
on.
played that one yet.
You haven't?
No.
Where the liquid goes up?
No, I've only seen you play. I haven't gotten
Okay.
that far yet.
And so they have that, and then they have a diverse. They have a lot of different enemies actually.
Oh.
Like, you would think that there wouldn't be a whole lot, but there's a lot.
There's 7 bosses in the main game, and then you can have more other game modes and stuff within the levels itself.
What I don't like, I will say, is that you can't pick your weapons.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, and it changes after each wave, which is it's kind of frustrating. But
And only 2 maps right now. I know they're adding more, but 2 maps is a little.
and let's talk about that they're only available. It's only available at certain times too.
I like that.
I like it how it's like that. Not like everyone can play it and just destroy the game in the first couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait. You have to check Splatnet. You have to check on the stages and stuff.
I think it's cool. It makes it more rewarding to
Mhm.
play,
And
and
you have to plan your time too.
exactly. Sometimes you can't make it. They had one at Thursday. It was 1 in the morning to 1 p.m. I couldn't make it to that.
Mm-hmm.
I was busy at that point, and it sucked. I couldn't play. And Ethan just caught like the last 30 minutes of it, and he couldn't even play a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of time zones, I think, is cool because it helps out some people. Like, how do I say this? People in Japan, it's 1 a.m. is like 3 p.m. for them, around there. So they're able to play in the middle of the day and probably have a lot of free time to play. Where us, we really can't.
Mm-hmm.
But for us it's 1 p.m. to 1 a.m., it's a lot better for us than it is for, let's say, people in Japan.
Or like 7 p.m. to 7 p.m., like a 24-hour thing where everyone can play.
Exactly. I like that a lot.
I think they had that like every week, don't they?
They have it once a week on the weekends.
Like every Friday, Saturday.
I think so.
And then they have a couple of 12 hours sprinkled in there, and then they have a thing. But yeah, Splatfest this weekend. I'm excited for that.
Let us know in the comment section below which one you picked.
Ketchup?
Yeah, we both went with ketchup.
Mayonnaise.
Ketchup or mayonnaise? Which one did you go with? Did you go with mayonnaise, the super weird one that if you put on too much is a little too much, but tastes great on sandwiches?
Oh, Subway sandwiches are the best. With
Or-
mayonnaise. Not sponsored, by the way.
Or did you go with ketchup, which is a little bland, but goes good on hamburgers? So which one did you guys pick? Let us know in the comment section below.
Let us know, please. We want to know so we can beat you guys up for picking mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm. Kick your butt.
Alright, let's talk about the main part of this game. Inkopolis Square. Let's talk about Inkopolis Square, what you can do inside the main area of the game. Stop hitting my tripod.
Sorry!
You need a fidget spinner.
Probably.
The number 1 trend of 2017. Anyway, let's talk about what you can buy, what you can do in Inkopolis Square.
Well, you can eat Krusty Sean stuff.
Ooh.
So I think it's neat because it gives yourself a buff for experience or money or even just stats like respawning faster or doing more damage with your special or your sub weapon. So that's always kind of cool to have those extra buffs when you work hard towards those things and you get those buffs in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of fun to have. And then you have probably the most high-tech thing about the game, which is the little sea urchin guy on the right of the lobby. If you're going to get like very serious into this game and you want to have like the best stuff for your kind of play style, he's the guy to go to. It takes a lot of money, but you can wash your clothes or scrub your clothes of all the abilities and then go for the ones that you want. And if you don't get the ones you want, too bad.
Scrub it again!
Yeah, pay another $20,000 to scrub it again and then go through all the time to level it up and yell your abilities. So if you're that into the game, that's like the most pro aspect of the game besides the ranked modes. If you really want to get into the game, you have to do that with 3 different clothings. So I don't know. And then the guy
Splatnet.
Splatnet?
Yeah.
That's not in the square.
You can still order things off
Oh,
of Splatnet.
right. Yeah, you can order stuff. Yeah, you can order stuff off Splatnet with that guy. He'll give you
One
it.
day.
No, you can order as many you want.
Oh no,
from
that's the other thing.
Splatnet.
The other thing.
If you talk to anyone in your Incalopolis Square, which are actual real people, if you find a piece of clothing that you really want talking to them, you can
Steal
order.
it!
Yeah, you can order that piece of clothing and get it from the little sea urchin guy, and he'll order it to you within 24 hours. Or I think it's just the next day.
The next day.
It's
So
just the next day.
Order it at 11:59 on that day, and you can get it right away.
Exactly. Yeah,
That's what I did.
it is what he did. So I like that because you're not always waiting for luck to get something.
Mhm.
If you find something that you like, then you can get it right away. But it's extremely expensive to do it that way. There's the suit and tie I got it for like 20,000 in the shop,
Mhm.
and then Ethan ordered it off me, and it's 50,000 for him. So
Did you get it on the shop or like inside of the game, or did you get it on Splatnet?
I got it in the shop. No, I got it in Splatnet.
Oh, okay.
I got it in Splatnet. It was like 20,000, and it's more expensive for him because Chum has to
Over double.
the guy, the sea urchin guy has to go through all the work to get it for you,
Mhm.
and then he needs some money for it. So, yeah, probably one of the most high tech part of the game, and
That's the part where you can get to all the games. You can get to the single player mode, you can get to salmon run, you can get to the online lobby,
or you can just press X.
or you press X. That's the lame way to do it.
That's the way I do it.
The lame way to do it. You gotta travel. You gotta turn into a squid and swim all the way over there. But yeah, talking about online, we should talk about online.
Should we?
Yes, we should, because that's the main part of this game that everyone's gonna play it for. The online play.
Oh boy.
Pros and cons. Let's start with cons. So we work our way up to the best part of the game.
Cons. Okay. The weapons aren't really too balanced. The charger is very difficult to use and doesn't really feel like it's as rewarding when you can easily get a kill with something like the Splat Doolies or something like that. The charger doesn't
The
really...
roller.
Or the roller, if you're a roller scrub.
Hashtag roller scrub. Put it in the comment section below.
Okay, bud. And the Splat Doolies, they're not as... They're good, but they're way better than the chargers, and that's the problem I have with them. And things like
Roller.
the roller, it's just it's good for some modes, but when it comes to
Like the rank. Yeah.
we'll talk about that later. But
Just
when the weapon,
normal battles.
when it
Turf
comes
war.
to normal battles like
Turf war.
turf war, it's like the weapon that you want to just punch someone in the face when they're using it.
Mm-hmm.
It takes no skill in the normal modes anyway. Later on, it can take a little bit more skill, but use the Splat Doolies.
I used to dualies. Those are the pro skills right there. Use the splat dualies.
He doesn't even roll. Anyway,
I just roll out.
Whenever you're using a Sprat roller, you can just walk around the map and you don't even have to play the game. You can just walk around and win.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem I have with it in ranked, or not ranked, in normal battles. But I mean, if you want to use it, go for it. The game has it for a reason. So if you're practicing with it for ranked and you want to use it for ranked, go ahead. It's fine, whatever. And then going to ranked.
Ranked. I didn't list my cons. There's only one game mode in normal battles. There's only one game mode. You can't. There's no other game modes to play. You have to be level 10 before you can play another game mode, which is super difficult because you get ranked with people that are the same rank as you, but they could be like 10 levels higher. They could be so much more experienced than you. Talking about rank. Okay, we can go to rank now. What about rank?
Okay. It's very risk reward. When you're playing the game and you lose, you don't get as much rewards, I guess, as you would in normal battles. If you lose in normal battles, you still get stuff. But in ranked, you don't get as much. But when you win in ranked, you get a lot of experience and money, and it's cool. And you get your rank up, and when you get your rank up, you earn even more money and more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't always feel like there's a reason to play it, especially when you're getting with bad people and you're just again playing bad yourself, which I guess you can go play regular battle. It's fine, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I haven't played it a whole lot, so I can't talk too much. I haven't even played League yet because I'm not B minus yet. I'm still C minus because I just haven't played it too much. But I don't know. I don't have much to talk about that mode. I'm sure you have something to say.
Yeah,
about
but there's 3 modes. That mode has more available, and it's also a rotation too. So each game mode is with each set of maps. Basically, they rotate every 2 hours, I think.
I don't know.
Every 2 hours. Yeah, that makes sense because that was like the and it's fun to play when you're winning, but it's not fun to play when you keep losing and losing. You're not getting anything, or you're not getting anything rewarding from it. Yeah, it is big risk to play because if you lose, you get like nothing, but if you win, you get so much more stuff. So it's one of those game modes you're like, okay,
am I doing well today?
no,
Am I playing good?
no,
Okay, then I should be playing regular. But if I'm playing good and
salmon run.
I'm doing really well, whatever, I should play ranked. Or, you know, if you're between, play Salmon Run if it's available. Get all the rewards and then get all the rewards within 2 hours and not play it for the rest of the term like I do. So,
Or don't get rewards at all, like me. My teams are bad. But yeah, is there anything else you want to add about this game?
no,
No?
I don't think so.
I wish they added more.
Add more
They
what?
should add one more thing to make it just that more interesting.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know what it would be. Maybe like another type of game mode, or maybe another maybe another section to do like missions inside of Inkopolis Square. They should have like side missions for you to be able to do. It's like you go talk to someone and be like, hey, go win 5 matches in ranked battle, and I'll give you this.
That would be cool. They had challenges and missions
Challenges
that you
like,
could do.
like Battlefront had that, where you would get a challenge and you would get rewards from it, but you don't get like anything that would actually reward you in the game except for money and or Republican credits. But I think it'd be cool to have missions to be able to do. So you go talk to someone, be like, "Hey, do this for me," and then you go do it, and then you get a reward from it, like a ticket or maybe some like a exclusive piece of clothing or something like that. And they rotate like every day, and that'd be really. I think that would be a good addition to the game.
Yeah, actually, that would be nice. It gives you an incentive to use different things. So one of the questions could be use this charger and get 10 kills with it, and you're like, but then you do it anyway.
And you get this awesome 4-item ability piece of clothing that you can use in the game.
And it gets you to try out new things, and maybe you'll end up being like, oh, I love this charger. This is a lot of fun. I should keep using this. And then you end up doing really well, and you just continue to use it, and you become a Splat Charger Pro. I don't know. So there's no incentive to use different things. That I don't like. There's no, like me, I could probably just use the Splat Dualies for the rest of the game for the next 2 years, and it's not like I'll be missing out on anything.
Exactly.
So I don't like that I buy all these weapons, and I may not be overly fond of them, and just never use them.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, of course, they get buffed or something and I want to try them out. But other than that, there's no drive to be using things, and that sucks.
So that'd be cool if they added that. And then, like, all the construction around the area, they should add it so you go to different areas and get different missions and stuff. I think it'd be cool. Have another section of, like, stores. Like, the first game, you could be able to go back to the first lobby and do all that stuff. It'd be cool that you can pick your lobby to play in and get all the stuff with inside of it and do all their missions and stuff. So that's the only thing I want in this game, but I don't think they're ever gonna add it. It's just like one of those things that people are like, oh my gosh, we really want this. If it's like the biggest thing we want, I think people were talking about having like a challenging wave mode in the game, and they probably bought Salmon Run because of that reason. I don't know. I'm just speculating here, but that is our Splatoon 2 review, ranking it number 4 to get. Well, what would you rank it out of the games you have right now?
Right now, I'm still chilling with Zelda's number 1, just because it was the first game I got. I was so excited over it, and I had a lot of fun playing it. So I would say it's a 2 or 3. ARMS is still a lot of fun. I'm just not playing it right now because Splatoon is out. So it's either a 2 or a 3 on my list of favorite games.
Right now, I got number 1 because it's not that one game. It'd be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be better than that. I think Mario Odyssey is probably gonna be better than this because
It's Mario.
it's Mario. But that would probably be number 1. Splatoon is a close second, and then probably Mario Kart, then ARMS, and then
Just keep going down from there.
yeah.
I don't count Minecraft, by the way.
Minecraft's not a Nintendo, unless no.
I wouldn't count it just because it originally wasn't.
It wasn't. It was a PC game.
It was PC. Oh my god. Something fell.
The Emoji Movie.
By the way, go watch the Emoji Movie. July 28th. It came out yesterday. Please go watch it now. We are totally sponsored by them. It's a fantastic movie. We really enjoyed it. It was amazing. Great story. 120 frames per second. It played so smoothly and silkily. So I really recommend you go watch this movie. It has a great story, loving characters.
The Rotten Tomato score is the best.
It's 3. As
Could be lower now.
As a 3% Rotten Tomato score. So
This
anyway,
is bad, by the way.
Thank you guys for watching.
Actually, we do have a sponsor this video.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
What?
Dark Knight Studios.
Oh my god.
They want us to talk about Dark Knight Studios. Go subscribe to this talented channel where they upload not daily but quality content.
You're
So yeah.
You're,
Thanks for watching.
yeah. See you later.